basically last summer, I finally got it legalized. I started my own real estate company.
Okay.
So what I've been trying to do is kind of get rental properties all across the world. And I'm not going to tell you exactly my strategy, but basically I'm trying to, if I'm playing in a dope city, instead of renting out for 10 months, I want to buy a spot, and then I want to make it right for Americans and then let them rent it out. So like my first trial was in Malaga. I actually bought a house there in Malaga. So currently I got a player who's living in it. And what's cool is like, so basically what I'm saying is if you're watching this podcast and you're going to Malaga, you're going to expect a message from Kyle Wiltjer, because I'm trying to rent it out for you. Because not only am I trying to get my spot rented out, like I really believe that it's the best spot that any American's going to find in Malaga. I got a washer and dryer in there. I got a flat screen TV, you know, like the little things you don't think of, but I've thought of, you know. And so that's my kind of idea. And I got a spot in Portland I started, but I don't really know if Ankara is the right spot for a rental. But if I'm in a beach town next year, I'm going to definitely keep this business model going. And I hope at the end of my career, I can look back and I got, say, 5-7 spots that are rented out to basketball players. And essentially these clubs, because they pay for the players' rent, they're essentially paying for my mortgages. So in a sense, like that's my thing. So
time out. This is our thing on the pod. Whenever there's like a moment, we call timeout and we got to dive a little deeper. This is borderline. No, this is actually like full-fledged genius, dude. This is elite. I don't know how you came up with this. I don't know who you sat down with. I don't know. Can you talk about? I need more. How did you come up with this idea?
Well, I mean, I kind of thought about it. Oh, me and Brian Roberts were on a bus, and I asked, you know how hoopers do. There's always like, you would be like, hey man, like you think of all these hypothetical questions, and they like sometimes they're way over the top, like sometimes they're like real questions. So I was like, hey, what would you rather have? Play for 10 years and make 100,000 each year, or would you rather play for 10 years and each club buys you $100,000 apartment? And I was like, and so everyone was like, I'll take the mill, like whatever, I'll take the cash, like I don't want like a bunch of places. And I explained to him like why I thought if you had places all across the world, like whatever. And then the biggest thing is like, if you leverage incorrectly and say, I can't get a spot rented out, say it's in a terrible location, like you're on the hook for the mortgage, and you might, not be able to cover those mortgages someday. But where I think my idea works is you kind of get an agreement with the team also, is like, so when I reached out, I got a player in Malaga right now, Tim Abramitis, and I reached out as soon as I follow Malaga and I got alerts on. As soon as I saw Tim Abramitis, I never talked to the guy in my life. Hey Tim, it's Kyle. Like, I was wondering, like if you need a spot, like I got this spot that, to be honest, is going to be the nicest place you could find for what Malaga, because I know what Malaga gives to the players to rent out. It's like, this is the best spot you can find. If you're interested, let me know. And he's like, yeah, send me some pictures. So I sent him some pictures. He's like, oh, the team actually already showed me this. He's like, this is the one that's my favorite. So it was like perfect. So it was already rented out before he even got to Malaga. And, for myself, like, obviously, like, I'm in it for the long-term play. Like, if I rented it out to an average Joe, I could probably get some more cash every month. But my philosophy is like, as long as my mortgage is covered, in 10 years, 20 years, after I'm done playing, if I got 10 spots, I'm like, first of all, if I retire, I might just travel each 10 spots and just chill for a while, like selfishly. But yeah, so I did that. And then I feel like if the money's right, like I can go to Turkey and like kind of prove myself again. That was kind of my mindset. So I went kind of a different route, which a lot of guys probably would have taken like a EuroLeague offer.